Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. I'm a labor and delivery nurse and I deliver babies and read. It's been kind of a weird year for me. I have been doing more buying than reading, which was never the plan. So I have not done a book haul on here in a really long time. And today my friends and I did like a little early indie bookstore awareness observance day. Mabel's here stretching too. And so I bought these books in here. But I also have a few more piles around me because I don't know if you know this, but it was Christmas. It was my birthday. We have not done a haul. And I was going to do a haul and then I remembered what we were going to do today. So, here is the haul. Without any planning, without anything. Okay. So today, we went to Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we went to Cellar Books, which was voted #1 for ambiance and stock. We went to Pages and Peonies, Books in the City, Books and Mortar, and Orchard House Books. They were all very cute. I bought something, I think, at every place. Fun. Oh, I didn't buy anything at Books in the City because it was like a little pop-up shop, and so there just like wasn't that much there. At least not to my taste. So starting back to front, because that's how my bag is packed, I bought this book called Beard. It is super shiny, so the cover caught me, and then it's about, so it's a memoir of a marriage, and I was like, this sounds fun. It does sound fun. So it says Kelly Foster Lundquist was 19 when she met Devin at church camp in the late 90s. Yes, this I can relate to. Oh, look, they even put this little like bookmark in this as independent bookstores next weekend, which I wanted to celebrate, but I work. So this is why we went today. So anyway, then Devin comes out as gay, and it sounds like it deconstructs like some marriage stuff too. Please hold. Mabel! At least if you're annoying, you're cute. Right? You say hi? Oh, you're in my hair. How'd you do that? You say hi. You always look like a little Yoda when you do that. Like you're grumpy. You're a grumpy girl. You don't like the light? Gosh, let me just take your collar off so you're not so loud. Oh my gosh. Now she's like mad at me. She thinks we're here to wrestle now. This is fun. Okay. So Beard. About being a beard in a marriage. I think it sounds good. I'm very much into like deconstructing religion right now, and it's a good time. And then I think so this was at Books and Mortar. And then at, I think, Orchard House, I got Jenny Bayless, I'll Be Home for Christmas. This was her 2025 Christmas book that I have not read yet. I'm normally a year behind because they're very popular the first year, and so then I read them the next year. Oh yeah, Orchard House. And they're like very cute. They're Christmas, but there's normally like a deeper topic also going on. I've just consistently liked her Christmas romance. So at least I know that I have one Christmas romance to read this year. And then I got Silver Cloak. I think the sequel is coming out to this book, so I've been seeing it lately. The cover is beautiful, and I love fantasy. So it's set in a world where magic is fueled by pleasure and pain. An obsessive detective infiltrates a brutal gang of dark mages, knowing that one wrong move will get her killed. Ooh, it's a female protagonist. I kind of love that. Okay. It's kind of giving like V.E. Schwab vibes. So I love her. Then we went to Orchard Books. So Cellar Books was our second stop because it's all backwards. So I got this adorable puzzle that is like America with gold foil. And so maybe I'll make this like over the 4th of July or Memorial Day or all of the America holidays. And I got Beth O'Leary, The Name Game. So I think she's British. The first book I read was The Flat Share, which was a delight. So there's like 2 characters, like one works night shift, one works days, and like they end up sharing a flat because like the guy's hard up for money and she just like needs a place to sleep and can't afford anything. So they like share a flat and they communicate through Post-its and like fall in love. It's just like so cute and such a fun premise. And I've read other books by her. Swept Away was her most recent. So this one's The Name Game, and the premise is that man and woman with the same name are looking for a fresh start, only to discover they landed the same job. So like their names are both Charlie Jones, and so they end up getting the same job and like I love it. It's like a confusing trope that's not like, it's a miscommunication for like a reason that makes sense. So I'm excited. They also had a Michigan authors section, which I have read, I think every book that Erin A. Craig has written. She likes a little creepy story, and so do I. So kind of like speculative fiction, like not full fantasy, but like spooky. One of my favorite genres. So the town of Mistaken has a secret. ... So there are monsters. The Mistaken's founders made a deal to protect those who live here, but at a steep cost. Anyone who spends a night within its borders belongs to it forever. The woods. I do love a creepy woods. So, gotta support Michigan authors. And the last book I bought there was Yesteryear. I have heard such good things about this book. So Yesteryear is the story of a trad wife who like time travels to the time that she's been like preaching was like the good old days, and then like has to deal with her life. And I love this idea because it's really easy to like romanticize the past. The past was brutal. Like I live a life of convenience and I love it so much. They also have already sold the rights to this movie, and like Anne Hathaway has like bought it and is going to star in it. People that have been reading, like it's only been out for like weeks, and like it is very popular. So I will be reading this. I'm trying to get every book club I'm in to do this. It looks so good. In the first Pages and Peonies, I got a Penelope Douglas book, Misconduct. This is just like a standalone. Penelope Douglas loves a just raunchy book. These are not for you if you don't like just situations that make you feel ethically a little queasy, and also turned on. So, that's your warning. So I have not ever read like a series by Penelope Douglas. I've read standalone books. So like this bookstore actually had quite a few of those of her series, but not like full series. So I got a standalone, which is Misconduct, so I know nothing about it. One parent-teacher meeting may be her undoing. Uh-oh. Hopefully it's not a student. I don't love student-teacher, so we'll see. We'll see. And that was the haul from today. I have also been buying myself books. So, I purchased this, and we're not gonna really talk anymore about it. Okay? It's not exactly legal. So book of the month, it is their 100-year anniversary, which I don't understand. I just don't understand how they can be 100 years old. And so they're doing like throwback books. So I've never read All Quiet on the Western Front. It's a very small book. And I thought, why the heck not? So here's this. I believe it's about World War One. Yeah, World War One. World War One. Okay. Here we go. I don't know when I'll get to it, but I own it now. Other book of the month, because I don't think I've showed you any book of the month recently. Gosh. This has been wild. So because it was my birthday month, you get to pick your book and then you get an extra book. So I got 2 April books. I'm so sorry. I had to purchase this because it's called Mad Mabel. Also, stunning cover. Like, it is beautiful. So I think it is, ooh, okay. A twisty tale of justice, redemption, and one irrepressible woman who's not done breaking the rules yet. So there's an 80-year-old. Ooh, so they must go back and tell her story. I love it. I love a sassy 80-year-old. And it sounds like there might be some murder. Yeah. Is she a cantankerous old lady with a shady past, a cold-blooded killer with arthritis? Or just someone who's finally ready to tell her side of the story? I actually feel like I've heard good things about this already as well. So that and Molta by Monica Kim. So this is, oh, yeah. So it's a camera that's hidden to capture covert images and videos for voyeurs. I don't love that. Yeah, so there's a hidden camera scandal that rocks the city's elites. I don't remember why I picked this. But that looks like blood, right? Like maybe a little mystery. I think maybe I was thinking like, what am I going to want to read by the pool in the future? Kind of was the vibe. So let's see if I read, what ones do I have left to read? How far back? Okay. So January is the next one I haven't read. Rings of Fate by Melissa De La Cruz. I think she wrote Blue Bloods. So she's a barmaid who doesn't believe in fairy tales. He's a Prince Crystal Live one. Okay, I'm loving that. Look at this. God. It's just, the effort people are putting into books now is so beautiful. So I know this is a fantasy, and that's it. And I like it. So now you're aware of my process. It's pretty. It's a fantasy. November was An American Affair. I haven't really heard anything about this one. So I think I'm gonna kind of push it to like September, October, like when I feel like it's academic time. But I'm just not sure. So She's the One Test He Can't Ace. Sadie Shaw and Jonah Fisher have been academic rivals since they first crossed paths as undergraduates in the literature department 15 years ago. Now postdocs are like fighting over a job. Oh, it's a fake marriage situation. Okay. I'm on board. Way more on board. And my October of 2025 is Red City. I know nothing about this, and therefore it has traveled down the list. When you win the game of power, who do you lose? So I think the reason that I don't know what this is about is because every time I try to read the front cover flap, I just kind of zone out. I think it's just going to have to be a start reading and see what happens, you know? Oh, this is cute. The bookmark says U-page. Book of the month is kind of killing it. Kind of killing it. Those are my book of the month books I have not read yet. I purchased Graceless Heart by Isabel Ibanez. She wrote, what did she write? I know it was one that I was like, yes, I will buy that. Oh, What the River Knows and Where the Library Hides. Those were the Egyptian, like, fantasy-ish books that she wrote that I loved. So I literally just see her name and go, yeah, I'm reading that. And I didn't even remember why. So Love is the Most Dangerous Magic. So there's a sculptress who has a terrible secret. She enters a competition. And then there's, like, magic that's forbidden. Okay, so Ravenna must have magic. The Pope thinks it's evil. Yeah. Oh, cute. This is another beautiful book. Beautiful. Have I been swayed by the cover? Maybe. I'm embarrassed that this one still has a Target sticker on it. We Who Will Die by Stacia Stark. It's giving Gladiator, and I love it. So the last like Gladiator type book I read was the Jay Kristoff book where she's like an assassin. Do you remember that one? God's Grave? I think it's God's Grave is the one that she's like fighting in arenas. Love it. So this says, survive the arena, save my brothers, kill the emperor. 2 vampires stand between me and my mission. So that's a little bit of a twist, but it's on the back. So, kill or be killed, sprayed edges with a message. Kind of great. Kind of great. This I'm hoping to read this month. I've heard good things. So it's set in ancient Roman world ruled by merciless vampires. Look, I love Rome. I love vampires. I love people fighting to the death, apparently. So, along with the weird, like, Roman type theme is I need to read The Strength of the Few by James Ellington. So this is the, what's the first one? The Fate of the Many, The Strength of the Few. I did really like the first one. They're just thick, and I don't know that I've heard amazing things about this, so I don't feel like pressured. Like there's not that many people that I know that are like reading this and telling me anything about it. So sometimes I just got to get to the books that I know people are going to spoil for me first. So this is on the list of things to read. Okay. Can I sum up the Fate of the Many? The will of the many. It's the will of the many. Sorry, guys. So people's will is something that you can extract from their bodies and use it like money and power. And so some people are basically enslaved for other people to have more will. So like will equals strength. And so we have somebody who's like trying to infiltrate that and get more information and figure out like how the system runs. And it's very much like a hierarchy. So just very interesting, very detailed. And it just like felt like it was like we were going somewhere, we were excited, and then the book ended. So here's another one. And okay, the rest of these, it's just vibes, man. Okay. So Strangers by Belle Burden. This is about a married couple. Maybe that's why I wanted to buy Beard. This is like a memoir of marriage, and it sounds like during COVID, the guy was just like, I'm out. And the wife has receipts. So like We're Awake by Jen Hatmaker was like her memoir of her divorce, but like she kept it real kosher and like trying to like be as nice as possible to somebody that blew up your whole life. And it sounds like in Strangers, Belle doesn't feel that way. And I respect it. So I'm excited. I love tea. I am also reading Unclobber by Colby Martin. He is a pastor who really dove deep into the LGBTQ questions of the church. So the clobber verses are the verses in the Bible that are used to like shame and ostracize LGBTQ people from the church. And so he is like debunking them, at least from like his perspective in the way that he reads the Bible. And so I'm not that deep into it. It's so far been like pretty much his experience, which is also very well written. So Unclobber. I mean, if we want to do like all of my nonfiction, then let's head right over to Someone Other Than a Mother. Flipping the script on a woman's purpose and making meaning beyond motherhood. Is it possible to do something more meaningful than mothering? So I just think that this is super interesting, obviously, because I do not have children and probably will not have children. And that is a huge place that women are told that they get their worth from. And so it has been something that I've had to grapple with is like, what is my meaning and worth in life if I am not reproducing and mothering. And yeah, so I'm still working on it sometimes, but I do think it's interesting. And I also find it a little unhealthy when people's whole identity is being a mother, because there is so much more to you. There really is. And I think that America is actually grappling with this right now, because we are getting more and more child-free people, child-free by choice. There's also a lot of infertility. So unfortunately, people that want to be mothers that are not mothers. And so dealing with the shame of that, and like, if society is telling you that's the only place that you get your worth from, then what do you do with that when your body literally will not do it for you? So I'm interested in this. I also have the Unfiltered Enneagram. I love the Enneagram. I am a type 1, reformer, perfectionist. Are you shocked? So it's a witty and wise guide to self-compassion. And I haven't read anything on the Enneagram in a while. I just love it so much. I think it's so interesting how people just for example, my siblings, I am the middle of 5. We were raised by the same parents. They've been together the whole time, still together. And we all perceived our childhood so differently. And it's not that strange that my older sister and my younger sister would have had different perceptions and different parents, because they're 9 years apart. But even my sister, who is 16 months younger than I, and myself, have just wildly different outlooks on life, memories of our childhood. So interesting. So the Enneagram is kind of talks about all those personalities, and also how you can foster them and kind of go above what your childhood and what your actual personality does to you, and you can rise above and be a better person and always improve. So the Enneagram. I will be reading Nobody's Girl at some point. So I got this copy from my friend Wendy, who said she wanted to read this because Virginia Jeffrey is a Jeffrey Epstein victim, and she had said that she was not suicidal and then committed suicide. Funny how people keep doing that. And then, so she was kind of one of the first people to have this domino effect that has now led to all of these horrific things that we are learning. And so I want to read this now. And yeah, Wendy said that she started to read it, but the subject material was just too much. And I think she has daughters her age, so that's totally fair. You just gotta look out for you. You do. So at some point, I'll be reading this. This is too many books to read, right? This is a little chaotic. And then I have Disciples of White Jesus, the Radicalization of American Boyhood. So this is something that Jemar Tisby had blurbed. So he's on the bottom here. And this is interesting to me. Growing up as a white person in the church, and white Jesus is very confusing when you've actually read the Bible. So I just think it's really interesting, and I'm scared for what's happening to the white boys of the future and what they're being exposed to online. And so, knowledge is power, friends. I think that's all the nonfiction. That's too much nonfiction. It just is. Okay. Another book I'm trying to read. Not trying because it's hard. Trying because for some reason I cannot sit down to read. An audiobook is fine. Sitting down to read a book is physically painful. Once I do it, love it, into it. It's forcing myself to sit. I don't know what's going on. So, conform. This is actually was very buzzy last year, and I'm late to the party. I've read 2 chapters and I really liked them. So in the far future, one young woman becomes torn between 2 loves and 2 sides of the rebellion. So this is a dystopian romance series, and she is getting promoted, I think, to become I think to like have babies. It feels like it's, I don't know. So this is where it's like, I love going into a book like this, like not knowing what's happening. I just remember that the first few chapters, I like felt like I understood the character, understood the world, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Beach Reads and Bubbly, one of my Instagram follows, it loves My Favorite Bad Decision by Elizabeth O'Rourke. Romance banter, I think it's spicy, so I bought this for myself for my birthday. Then my mom gave me Dating You, Hating You, which Christina Lauren, one of my faves. This is a backlogged book, and I have not read it, so I'm excited. It's been on my like Amazon wish list for years. I love their banter. Even their like back catalog, I have very much enjoyed. So I read like part of the Beautiful series, part of the Wild Seasons. They're just a good little writing duo. I bought myself these books. I read these already, but I did not have copies of them. I read them on my Kindle, and I want copies of them. I'm actually thinking about possibly like bejeweling the covers or one of the covers and just like displaying it. So Heated Rivalry and The Long Game are the two books that focus on Shane and Ilya in the series. And then Unrivaled should be joining in November or next year, maybe. I'm not sure. But she can take all the time she needs as long as they're written well. So if you don't know, if you're living in Iraq, if you haven't ever seen me in real life, because this has been my obsession for like 4 months, 5 months. These are hockey rivals who have like a 10-year love affair. It's like 10 years happens in here. There are other characters that happen in the in-between books, but these two are my favorite characters, so I just wanted to own the physical copies of these two books. I read another book by Jessica Joyce that I really liked, and for some reason I can't like get this on like audio or Kindle or anywhere, so decided to buy it for myself because it's been on my TBR for a bit. So the one I read was You with a View, which was very cute. So this is the X-Files, feels like wedding-esque. So I don't know, maybe I'll read it in the summer. I got myself Releasing 10, which I think is the most recent and the last book that's out so far, The Boys of Tommen, book 6. Love. I wonder if there's I might be missing a book. Please hold. No, I'm not. Okay. I was thinking, because she's done Binding and Keeping 13 and like Saving and Something 6 and then Taming 7. And so I was worried that I had missed another 7 book, but I didn't. So 10. Do you know who 10 is? Ooh, Lizzie Young. Oh, I do. Okay, I do. I've actually been waiting for this. I thought I was going to hate this book because I don't like love this character. But the way that she's built it up in the series, I'm excited. So the Boys of Tommen are a rugby high school team. And it's in Ireland. So you can imagine they have pretty sweet accents. I don't do the audiobooks, but I imagine it. This is getting made into a TV series, I believe. So, and they start like PG-13 and they do end up a little more rated R. So this is not something that I would like have my teenage daughter read, FYI. But they are very good. And she's chunky. I have read the Magnolia Parks, like the first 2 books. So it's Magnolia Parks and Daisy Hates. And these are like 2 socialites in London. And like one girl has like mob ties. One's just very spoiled and very rich. And the 2 of them are not friends, but they like are in each other's social circles, and just drama and fashion and rich people behaving badly. And like, oh, it's good. So I wanted to get more in the series. I actually do not know what order they go in. So I think this one might be the next one. Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home. Daisy Hates, The Great Undoing. And I think this is the last one, Magnolia Parks, Into the Dark. These are beautiful books. So Oh man, I don't know. I love them. They like look really chunky, but they read very fast because it's a lot of dialogue and like banter, and you just like want to know the tea. I think that's all the books I've purchased recently. So I have a lot of reading to do. And I have, oh no, there's more. There's more. All right, some more books. I just forgot to take these off the shelf earlier. So, Rites of the Starling. This arrived on April 7th, so happy birthday to me. Just the day after. This is the second in the Shield of Sparrows trilogy. So part 2. The book is absolutely gorgeous. Actually, I haven't looked at this now that I've read it. So, spoiler, I read it already. I read it in like 2 or 3 days. And I will be doing a review. And that's all you get to know. So, the first book, a girl gets married off, and there is like a disease in the animals that are attacking them, and she's learning more about the kingdoms. And that's all I want to share with you. Lady Tremaine was my March book of the month. I read this. I will talk about it later. This is a Cinderella retelling from Lady Tremaine, the stepmother's perspective, and I thoroughly enjoyed this. It's so well written. So well written. 1929, who doesn't want to read a big, chunky, girthy book on Wall Street and the collapse? It was written well. This is not my genre. I read this for a book club, so. And then Fallen City by Adrienne Young. I love Adrienne Young. She's one of my favorites. And this is like a little bit more fantasy. Again, the cover doesn't seem like a ton, but look at this. Look at it. It's the same people in the back. So this, I think, is like the first in a trilogy, I want to say. Do you want to know what it's about? So our main characters are like star-crossed lovers in a Rome-like city that is like currently like, sorry for the likes. That is currently, as we join it, divided into factions. So it's like the lower class people have rebelled. They're threatening the other people. And there's magic involved. But we don't really know how. And so our lovers are on different sides. And they're trying to be in love and play the politics. And that was part 1. And another book, The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow. I want to read this book really badly this month. This was a book of the month, but I just like added it on, I think, because I heard really good things about it. And I read 2 chapters of it in March, and I don't remember a single thing. But I know I'm going to like it, so I'm going to restart it. It just was not the vibe in March. So, hopefully this month. Never mind the fact that we're almost done with this month. There's so much to read. And I'm going to Mexico at the end of the month. So, I don't love to travel with physical books. Like, if there's one that I am still, like, actively reading when I get on that plane, I might take it. But I like to just take my Kindle and then do audiobooks. So, none of these books are getting read there. Anywho, these are the books. I hope you're excited to see me read these in the future. Wouldn't it be interesting if I could read these all this year? Maybe good. We'll see. Bye.